What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 151, and we start today's episode with a game against Roma here in the Serie A at the San Siro, coming on the back of our Champions League quarter-final first leg victory over Bayern Munich in the last game, in the last episode. We won that game by a goal to nil. The second leg will be coming straight after this game as well. And of course, in the last episode too, I did a 40-minute special as we hit a milestone in the series in episode number 150, or a 39-minute special if you want to be accurate about things, a 39-minute special if you will, and there were 8 games in the last episode, 4 of which were absolutely massive as well, and that game against Bayern was a live game as well. So if you didn't watch that, I do recommend you check it out, just to see that leg against Bayern on its own really, but either way, for those who did watch it, thank you very much, hope you enjoyed it. Those specials do take a long time to make, but they're always worth it in my opinion, because you guys deserve to be appreciated for the appreciation you show me, without you guys I couldn't do this series and do YouTube in general, so I appreciate the views and the support and the comments and the likes on that video very much, and hope you guys enjoyed it. But still, today's episode, 2 games, Roma and Bayern Munich, our second leg to come straight after this one. Coming to this game against Roma here, 7 games to go, we were 6 points clear at the top of the table, so we really need to win this game, but we rested a lot of players for this one, due to that Champions League game coming straight after this one in midweek, and the players do get a little bit tired, especially when fixture congestion can be a problem in career mode, as so many of you guys know. I get pictures sent to me on Twitter all the time of you guys having loads of fixture congested lists in your season. That's what we've got right now in Milan. So many games going thick and fast, so many big ones as well. Had to rest a lot of players for this game, and the one thing we didn't want to see as well was one player get injured in the first half, and that was one of our usual first 11 players as well. Stefan El Shaarawy picked up a knock in the first half and had to get subbed off too. That was not good to see, and for the most part of this game, there were quite a few chances, but it was a little bit cagey, to be honest. We'd rested quite a lot of players, not too many first 11 players out there, and once El Shaarawy got injured too, we had to take him off as well, so not too much quality from us on the pitch, but in the 56th minute, we would take the lead through Marco the Magician, who had to start this game, and he scores the opening goal of the game as well. Marco Ryan curling in a free kick, his second free kick goal of the season. Last year only scored 1, that was against Dundee United in the Champions League. This year, scoring twice. He scored another one in the Serie A. I do believe that was against Sassuolo here at the San Siro, and he scores one here as well against Roma. Although I will say this, Jan Sommer is a very capable goalkeeper. I think the Swiss shot stopper should be stopping that shot, in all honesty. I mean, it's a good free kick, and it's going towards the bottom corner. And the one thing I will say is that, I played a goal myself in junior football. Whenever the ball bounces just before you, it's always quite awkward, especially on a skiddy turf, on a wet surface. So I think you can forgive Jan Sommer for not keeping that one out there. He might be a little bit disappointed, but he couldn't keep it out. He did make he got some contact on the ball, couldn't keep it out, and we do take the lead through Marco Ryan. So in a game where we really need to win, keep the pressure on the teams chasing us and showing them we're not going to slip up, we were struggling a little bit, but Ryan Taller's free kick opened the scoring, and once that happened, Roma, they pushed a lot of bodies forward, trying to find an equalising goal, but didn't really have the quality, but most importantly, couldn't get past Siligardi, who for this highlight here, for this goal, I had to show you 2 defensive headers from Siligardi, then won the ball back and started a counter-attack, and as Loftus-Cheek got on the ball, he ball rolled around one Roma player and played a sensational through ball to Mitov Nilsson. Ibra's regen runs forward, and the Swedish striker puts it past Sommer, who you certainly can't blame for this one, and makes it Milan 2, Roma 0, with goal number 2 in the Serie A this season for him. So final score, Milan 2, Roma 0. We had to rest a lot of players for this game, we had to make a lot of changes. Sad news in the first half, El Shaarawy getting injured. Hopefully that's not a serious one and he'll be back very soon as we come towards the end of the season, but most important thing, we got the 3 points, got a clean sheet as well. That's now 4 games won in a row, and I think we deserved the win as well. It was quite a cagey affair as I mentioned, but I felt we played a little bit better, deserved our win, and I'm glad we got it as well. And Loftus-Cheek as well, man of the match, he's been a really good pickup. I signed him purely for sentimental value. I'll be honest here, as a squad player, he hasn't complained since he come in about a lack of game time. He's accepted a squad rotation status. He's been a really decent squad player for us, so I've liked him as a pickup, and he's been a pretty good signing. But still, following that confirmation of El Shaarawy's injury, it's going to be 4 weeks with a sprained ankle, so he'll miss most of the rest of the season, but he'll come back in time for a couple of games late on in May. A little bit of a shame, but nothing we can do about it, and at least we know he won't be out for the rest of the season, even if he will miss quite a few games.
Robin does play. It's when he doesn't play you realise what a hole he leaves in the team. You think of that Champions League semi-final. Bayern didn't have him against Barcelona and never really got close.
Well, with the ball at his feet, as we'll see today, he can be unstoppable. He's so quick and so strong.
pole with the goal touch, Robert Lewandowski.
Yeah, he's answered the call as he's gone through his career. Never disappointed. Kept his feet firmly on the ground.
And following that, it was time for the big one, the Champions League quarter-final, second leg here at the Allianz Arena, Bayern Munich versus Milan. The first leg, of course, finishing 1-0 to Milan, so we didn't concede an away goal. That gives us a huge advantage going into this game because just one goal here in Germany will ensure that Bayern Munich will have to score at least 3 goals on the night, something which no team has done against us this season so far. So coming into this game, really excited for it. And of course, the player watch, if you will, before the game, the tailor tape, if you will, focusing on Robben, now 37 years old in the game, but still as effective as ever. And of course, Robert Lewandowski returning to the Allianz Arena for the first time since leaving in the January transfer window on deadline day. So super excited for this game for that reason alone, really. And of course, in the round of 16 stage, we saw Morata play against Real Madrid and score twice to dump his old side out of the Champions League. So coming to this game here, really excited for it. First chance fell to Bayern Munich, and it was Wayne Rooney who was denied by a great save by Jeremy Djokovic. That would have given Bayern the lead here and some momentum in the game. But talk about a game changer, because a few minutes later in the 20th minute, well, quite a while later in the 20th minute here, Daniele Rugani heads in a corner from Marco Verratti, opens the scoring for Milan. Manuel Neuer, one of the best, if not the best goalkeeper in the world, can't get there, and Rugani opens the scoring and makes it Bayern 0, Milan 1. And again, the significance of that means that now Bayern have to score 3 goals on the night. So it's going to be really difficult now for Bayern to get back into this tie. You know, getting the game, no doubt about it, they can definitely do it at 1 goal, be back on level terms, but getting to the tie, that's going to be the problem, as we now lead by 2 goals to 0 on aggregate and have an away goal to our advantage as well. So really pleased with that. That was my intention coming into the game, you know, grab a goal as soon as possible. We got into a 4-3-3 in this game, as opposed to the usual 4-2-4 due to El Shaarawy's injury, but I was still going to be attacking with the same intent, and I was glad to open the scoring so early on. De Bruyne went pretty close there in the 38th minute after Bakic scuffed a shot, which would have made it 2-0, and that certainly would have been good night Bayern. But it was still 1-0 in this game. But then on the stroke of half time here, Bakic does get on the ball, finds Marco Ryan-Tala, takes it over the halfway line here, plays it through towards Lucas Toro, momentarily loses the ball, but then wins it back and finds Lewandowski inside the area, down the left-hand side, cuts past his man, and it just had to happen, didn't it? Robert Lewandowski returns to the Allianz Arena. Morata scored against Real Madrid, but that was at the San Siro. But Lewandowski returns to his former ground just a few months after leaving, and scores the goal that will now surely knock Bayern out of the Champions League, because there's no reason why they couldn't score 3 goals at the Allianz Arena. You know, they're one of the best sides in the world. They're my favourite to win the Champions League this year. You know, they're one of the best teams you can have in FIFA as well. You see their lineup before the game. It's such a strong one too, and you know, it was always going to be tough for us to make sure we wouldn't concede any goals in this game, but to be 2 goals up, now Bayern needing to score 4 goals on the night in the second half as well, only 1 half after that goal, it was pretty much impossible for them to do that, and the game was effectively done. We almost did gift them a goal here though in the 81st minute, playing out from the back as per usual. Djokovic gave it away, but fortunately the Canadian goalkeeper bailed me out there. Fantastic save, and he kept it at 2-0. But this game was coming to the 90th minute though. We were still leading by 2 goals to 0. Rugani, who scored our first goal, found Suso here, who ball rolls around his man, plays that wide towards Calabria off the bench, down the right hand side, back inside to Suso. Suso finds Lewandowski, and he got a goal in the first half, and he gets a goal in the second half at his former club. Robert Lewandowski basically knocks Bayern out of the Champions League, his former club, and ensures that Milan will go through to the Champions League semi-finals. So last year we got knocked out in the quarterfinals by Barcelona. We're not going to let the same thing happen this year. We comprehensively beat Bayern over 2 legs by 4 goals to 0 on aggregate, and 3-0 away from home at the Allianz Arena. What a fantastic victory that was. A really solid win. That is now 6 clean sheets in a row, I think it is as well. So looking strong defensively as well. And for Robben, maybe it's his last hurrah, like we discussed with Ronaldo in the last episode. Maybe now it's time to hang up his boots and call it a day. But for Milan, the journey lives on. We're into the semi-finals. Delighted with that. And what a performance Rugani had as well. A 9.2 for his centre-back. He was absolutely sublime at the back as well. He really was awesome, and showed that he, you know, was more than capable of playing centre-back in this team, despite being one of the lowest overall rules for the players on the first 11 that we usually put out there. But either way, we're into the semi-finals. We've been drawn against Valencia, the team I manage in my stream series. That'll be a good match. And of course, PSG will face Barcelona in the other semi-final tie. But that is going to today's episode of Career Mode though, guys. So thank you very much for watching the video. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you enjoyed today's episode of Career Mode, then please do consider leaving likes. That's of course much appreciated. And really help the channel grow as well. And I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.